I know. I know for that you are a kind and loving person. You're always thoughtful. You're always doing your best to be kind. You're doing your best to teach your children and your friends and your family. You're always on your game. And I just want to give you another tool, a tool that can be of great, effective cause in your life. You want to make sure that you create continuously effects, and those effects create a cause. It's kind of counter productive to what we're taught or we're schooled that it's cause and effect. In this particular case, I'm speaking directly about your relationships because your relationships are going to make up your life. Do you think the very wealthy send their kids to Yale for their education? Or is it because of the reputation and the circle of influence that they have, opposed to going to other schools that are not noted for the expense, right? You're going to get educated wherever you go, but where you go, where whatever crew you hang out with, is where you begin to develop your relationships. All of the relationships in your life, which you are either, you're either the driver or you're the passenger, or hopefully you're both, because relationships are reciprocal. The ones that are healthy and happy and have long lasting good fortune are reciprocal relationships. Now, to bring it down to kind of a craziness, if you have a chauffeur and you have the employer, the chauffeur is driving the car and the client is sitting in the back seat. Now they've decided on their roles. The chauffeur is being paid, and yet he's driving. Now the person in the back seat more than likely could also drive if they wanted to, but that's not his role. He's actually partner number two. He's in the back seat. So partner number one in this particular case is not the most is the most powerful person because they're driving, right? So you're dealing with reciprocal relationships where roles are decided. So whatever your relationship role is, your job is to be attractive. Being attractive is the most important asset you will have in your life with your relationships. So what you want to do is you want to pay attention to the way you deliver information. You want to pay attention to how you respond in highly energetic conditions. So let's say that somebody criticizes you. I had a really hard time with that for a long time. And then I was told how I was behaving when the criticism was happening, I felt I was being criticized again. So there was no getting through to me, right? Because I had such a defense mechanism built upon it. And if the person more than likely hadn't been educated on how to attractively deliver the information and it was harsh and it was hurtful, I'm going to shut down even more. So if you want to be an effective communicator, then you want to learn how to make whatever you're sharing, whether it is with whatever role you're playing or in play with. If you're talking to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your husband or wife, if you're talking to a parent, if you're talking to a boss, if you're talking to somebody who's on the crew with you on a film production or in a corporation, being attractive and learning the art of delivering whatever is coming up for you and whatever emotional condition is imperative. So when you're being criticized, sit back, and when you're ready to give your opinion to another person, remember how you felt when that person was using a knife to criticize you. I don't think there's anything called productive criticism, right? It's an oxymoron. It's not productive when you're getting criticized. However, if you would like to bring attention to a loved one or to a professional, you don't want to criticize them in order to get them to listen to you. You want to love them. You want to let them know how much you respect or what you see in them that is so useful and helpful to what is going on. And then you deliver attractively whatever idea you might have. Let's say someone disgraces you. Always be attractive. If someone disgraces your family name, right, or you feel like it could have a long lasting effect on your family, always remain attractive. If you have your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend, an intimate lover relationship, and they go cray cray on you for apparently no reason, do not attack them. Do not come in with your knife because it's not going to win. You're not going to create a the cause at the end of this. The effect is how you respond. So you have to be able to take a breath, keep yourself centered, and always be attractive about receiving the information or giving the information. Your life is your model, right? So as long as you keep relationships in your mind that they're reciprocal, and you're kind of like making sure and checking in with your loved ones from your own vantage point, and making sure that you are actually in relationships that are reciprocal. Because if you're not, you want to gently move out of that relationship and invite new ones in. If you get fired, God forbid you get fired. Oh my God, I got fired 100 times, and never for really good reasons. But when you get fired, first of all, don't beg for your job. I did it once when I was like 20. It didn't work. Then it was like, oh God, what did I waste my time for, right? Doesn't matter. Be attractive. Smile. Make sure you have a cart full of smiles when you walk out. If you want to be really rich and successful and enjoy your life, then carry a lot of smiles with you, because you're going to be abundant with love, with smiling, and keeping that a reciprocal relationship with every single stranger you meet. Always be attractive. If you get betrayed, that is the worst. When you get betrayed by a loved one, or by someone in your crew, on your job, by your boss, for political reasons, that's really tough to swallow that. Remain attractive. In the long run, your approach to your life and being completely 100% responsible for what you are dishing out and how you are dealing with and how you are showing up will change your life if you're paying attention to being attractive. Listen, in the old school days, moms would tell daughters, as one of my clients reminded me today, her mom said, never leave the house without your lipstick on, right? It's about always showing up attractive. And for trendy reasons, for fashion reasons, many of us feel like we should just walk out with our, I call them shower slippers. I don't know how they got so popular, but to each their own. Be you, be you. That's all I say, be you. But to walk out with your, white socks and your shower slippers and a slept-in t-shirt and your sweats. Okay, I have news for you. If you're going to find like the most incredible opportunities dressed like that, it's unlikely. Even though I know it's cool, be attractive. Like, show up with showing that you have some inner self-respect and you have some inner regard for whatever you're doing. You know what it will do for you? It will put you at the top of your game. You will be on the top of your game, and you will be loved and respected, even though some of the people around you might be following a trend or a fashion, or a culture. Everybody, creates a culture around them, a culture of people. And I have found people who really have self-esteem really show up. I'm just going to use the Kardashians because I think they're an excellent example of branding as just your common family. Are they your common family? No. Are you a common person? No. Show up in your best game by being attractive the way you feature yourself. If you're home alone, get dressed in a way that when you see yourself in a reflection, that you actually think you're totally cute and you're looking good. And I know that's being, created in your outfit, whether it's your the clothes you just hang around in comfort around your home that don't have a lot of elasticity. They're not cutting off your blood. You feel comfy. But when you see yourself in a reflection, do you feel good about yourself without creating some sarcastic rhetoric in your mind to rationalize why you're wearing what you're wearing? Do you, to yourself, really feel beautiful? If you create this as a standard, then the relationships around you begin to reflect this. Again, you are creating the effect with the way of being attractive, which down the line, which could be a day down the line, a week down the line, years down the line, you will get rewarded, I promise you, by creating win-win situations with more and more people. So again, if you get criticized, if somebody has disgraced you, if a lover loses themselves in a minute, maybe they've had too much to drink, or they're tired, or they're just so stressed out, and they've been unattractive to you, do not go the low road. Go the highest road of intellect and of heart and of soul, and remain attractive. Even when it's ugly, you are in charge of doing your best to express yourself attractively, to remain centered and peaceful in an attractive fashion, a diplomatic, right? You want to explore diplomacy as much as you can. And when you lose yourself and you get out of the center and you forget how that you are a miracle on this planet, here to create other environmental conditions where other miracles have a domino effect, and the world is raising its frequency because of your participation, you will create a new standard that will have an everlasting effect on the later days of your life. You can meet people 50 years from now, and no matter what you are going through that day, they are going to praise you and respect you and appreciate you. So double check who you're hanging out with, how things are going, how are you managing this relationship, and then start to study how to be attractive. I highly recommend the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's so old, and yet it's still, because it's a classic, it's still good today. You want to study philosophy. If you've never studied philosophy and you are intentionally going to improve the quality of your life and the quality of your children's life, your friends and family, this is a really good book. I don't know if you can get a hold of it. I don't know if you can read it because it's upside down, I think, but this is called Winning Morale. With who wrote it was Morelli, Morelli, and Roth, Roth. It was by the Moore Institute. I studied with them when I was 15 years old. I started early, right? I knew when when trouble was up, that one thing that got me to keep my frequency at the highest level at 15 years old, I started to study philosophy. Philosophy, you can study Greek philosophy. You can come up to people who are putting it, you can go after Oprah. She's a philosopher, right? In a lot of ways, she's a philosopher. She's not just an entertainer. She's digging deep and raising the frequency of the human being. Look at Ellen DeGeneres. Look at how she has raised the frequency, especially for the gay and lesbian community. Oh my God, knock it out of the park with increasing the wellness and keeping it attractive all the way, even when they're coming after you, right? So that when you lay your head down tonight on a pillow, you feel good about yourself. So I hope that this might inspire you or to encourage you, because that is my pure intention. So this is the Camber Hill. This is the Chill channel. Please, like this. Please leave a comment. It adds to the building of my brand. And I'm here for you. I'm here because I care about your life. I care about what's going on. You can check out camberhill.com. Follow me on TikTok and Camber Hill. On Instagram, it's Camber Hill Coaching. On Facebook, it's both. Of course, we all have two Facebooks. I don't have two faces. I have one face. I have a brand, and my brand is my life. That's at Camber Hill or Camber Hill Coaching. And stick with us. And please know that I also offer in my brand private coaching sessions. So sessions are available, which you can find out more about on camberhill.com. And I want to thank you for using this time on this beautiful, beautiful Southern California day. So take care. Oh, shit.